The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Staying with Robinson. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. No gain here after a gain of only 1, and now they'll face 3rd and 9. Penix here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Trying for it with Penix. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Penix on 1st down. That one's cut along the left sideline. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jackson to throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. Down the run right, throwing deep down. It's complete. Oh my, they left him wide open downfield. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate. before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Third down give to Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Another carry for Robinson. He's got to gain a 6 there. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Penix working from the gun. Forced out to his right. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. The Falcons take a timeout to their final 1. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Penix looking to pass. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible 2nd half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. He fields it from the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. Breaks through, and he might break away. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take the lead right away in half number 2. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
Falcons 14. Justin Tucker will kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Avery Williams on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Ravens get it back with a nice return to boot down inside the 30. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Taken in by Likely. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Out of the gun, Henry. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
3rd and just 2 to go. Looking to throw, Jackson. Henry on the catch. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens double their lead to 14.
Falcons 14. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the shotgun, Penix. Into the hands of Pitts. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They bring a tight end in motion right. Penix now on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
They'll start this series with an option left. They pitch it to him. He's contained at the line for no gain. Stopped by Grady Jarrett. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Jackson now on 3rd. He rolls to his right. Avoids the sack. Don't think he's going to get much, if any, as he heads out of bounds right near the line.
You know, sometimes, and you've heard this from a lot of the great coaches, know when to lose a battle to win the war. And that time, just simply not taking a loss, pretty big deal for the offense.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And now it's 2nd down. Play action. Here's Penix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's Penix to throw. And they pick him off again. And the Ravens take over after returning it inside the red zone. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Aguilar, the receiver, in motion right. From the gun, a run for Henry. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Play fake. Jackson headed out right. He takes it himself. And he's going to end up out of bounds, which will end our third quarter. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Lamar now from the gun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Bullock's kick is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 6 yards. Brings up 3rd and 16.
Penix now to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Desperation time here on 4th. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Penix here from the gun. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Penix on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
And again, it's Penix. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a 1st. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflate.
And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. This return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down.
at their own 36-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And this is going to be a short carry that just reaches the 40. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. We get to Henry on the inside handoff. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Jackson on 3rd and 1. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of saying, Kate, and realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he'll try to hit this one well. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. And it can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Penix. And that one's cut along the left sideline. Into the red zone. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Drake London with a touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons cut it to a field goal game. So just before the 2-minute warning, they're going to try to get it back with this onside kick. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Ravens only up by a few. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They run it with King Henry. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming. But more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Stopped at the 31-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They've got first down from the 31. Running once more with Henry. And he's brought down after taking this to the 26. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another run for Henry.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle, instead did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Going with King Henry here. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It'll be a gain of 5, so now 4th and short. A decision to be made coming up here.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. One that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Running for it. Here's Henry. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Huard and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say goodbye from Atlanta.